Good morning. My name is Sonny Caldwell. I'm Operations Section Chief with PNW2, and I'm going to give you an operational update on the Lookout Fire. Well, the Lookout, the Bedrock, and the Potholes fire. I'll start on the Lookout Fire. Division Alpha Bravo. We did do some successful firing, just a small section right here where my finger's at yesterday. That's all holding well. And then the rest of the operation around the Alpha Bravo and Delta is to continue to prep these lines out here that are a little further off the fire's edge. So when we get the right conditions, we can fire those in future operations. Meanwhile, while we're doing that, we're also evaluating opportunities to get in here closer to more direct options on the fire. But primarily, we're still looking at this indirect option a little further off. One point I'd like to emphasize is up here in our division Delta and Foxtrot break. We've had a hard time figuring out how we're going to connect those two. It's really steep, rugged terrain in there, and the reports are this morning is they do have a plan moving forward and expect to have that line in within the next shift or two. So good progress is being made there. As we come around, you'll see that we do have our containment lines next to the fire edge on Foxtrot down through November. We finished this off yesterday, particularly down here in this kind of southeastern corner of the fire. Our firing operations went really well. Everything was holding through the night. One point to emphasize is we did have some spot fires yesterday, where my finger's at. 3 reported spot fires. The largest of those were 1 to 2 acres, but all those fires are lined, got hose lays into them, or we're feeling really good. We don't expect them to be a problem moving forward. As we come around to the southern part of the fire here, these lines have all been in for several days. A lot of good mop-up's been going on there. We're feeling really good about the security of this and really understand the importance of making sure we have good containment there with the recognition that there's a lot of residences, the highway, the river, a lot of important values there in that southern end. So heavy emphasis on keeping this line secure, and we're feeling really optimistic about our success there. As we move down into the Horse Creek fire, our western edge of this fire has been holding for several days, so we're feeling good about that. And we have been kind of pinching it off on the north and the south along the Horse Creek Road here, and then up here along, I think it's Upper Foley Road, I believe is what it's called. And then we have some dozer line coming out here. And the objective is to keep pinching the fire that direction towards the east, and then we're going to bring a direct line down off of our dozer line here into the Horse Creek drainage, and then potentially to the road, and then fire that all off so we can have good containment around the entirety of that fire. I think the reports were there's that line that I'm speaking of that runs kind of north-south off of Foley Ridge area down to Horse Creek was completed last night, but we have a little bit more work to do to make sure that's ready to fire. Moving down into the potholes incident, this fire hasn't really grown much over the last few days. We're feeling good about that. We got a lot of real direct option going on that. Hand crews, machines getting real tight on the fire's edge. And then it looks like we're going to go a little bit direct to the indirect to the north here to tie it into the road system. It's basically between 2 roads out there, and we're trying to keep it in that footprint moving forward. And that will conclude the report for those incidents today. Thank you.